We're live right now.
Yo.
Oh. Well, this is... I'm about to figure all this out because like this invertedness. But we're live.
We're live.
We're live.
We're
or
live.
not live. But
We're there.
we're recording live. But it's not
I'm not a
live.
It's so crazy.
Well, this will be the first I don't know where to look because like I'm not looking at the camera, am I? Kinda?
Yeah, right now.
I am? Alright,
Yeah.
well I'm just gonna look like this the whole time. So this
You
is
look
the
crazy.
first
You look nuts.
Whatever, man, it'd be like that sometimes. This is the first episode of like the live version of that we're gonna have on our YouTube channel, the One Thing About Us YouTube channel. As you can see, the One Thing About Us podcast.
Which is returning.
Which is returning. Bonus episode coming soon. But yeah, this will be our first YouTube video. Of many more. Our production will get better once I figure everything out. Because it's crazy. But well, what are we going to talk about? Well, it's on this first episode.
All right. So,
We actually know what we're going to talk about.
we know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to put you viewers into what we're talking about. Recently, a few weeks ago, we had a premiere of a show called The Last of Us. Now, me and Justin, who played the games, were big fans. Well, I was first, but, he got there.
It doesn't matter who was first. It only matters that we came together.
Yeah. We did.
We did. Yeah.
So we're going to do the review of the first two episodes
Yes.
of The Last of Us.
I got my notes.
I have my notes for episode one, but I
probably
know...
should have took notes of what the episodes were called.
Yes, I will find that now. This is my phone for research, not for Googling. Actually,
They can see Google on your phone right now.
I type fun. All right, so The Last of Us, currently there's 4 episodes out, but we're going to do the first 2. And then next week we'll do the second 2. Because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to episode 3.
That took me for a
All
ride.
right, so we're going to talk first about When You're Lost in the Darkness, which is episode 1, the pilot
Yeah.
of the show. So what are your thoughts?
Well, so episode 1, the things that we're gonna start with the things that bothered me 1st.
Mm-hmm.
The things that bothered me were things that shouldn't bother me, like the fact that the layout of his house was different. The layout of his house being different bothered me. The area it was in bothered me because in the game he's more in the wilderness and not in the subdivision. The little girl bothered me when she was like going into the house. Like the dog's barking. I'm like no. Like, I know what's up, but she didn't know what was up because you saw the woman in the background where she's like. Everyone's acting has been really good so far. I like the added backgrounds. Like they bring in the scientists and stuff like that.
Yes.
I like that little added feature. I started yelling at the TV when she was looking at the movies.
Spoiler
Alert.
We will be talking about
Probably.
spoilers. I just forgot.
It'd be like that. I'll put that in the tag.
Yeah.
But when she was like going into the house and like looking at the movies, that bothered me.
I'd do that.
Pedro, I didn't like when I first found out who his cast said. I wasn't thrilled on the idea, but after a while, he's looking more and more like Joel. But I think he has the coldness down very well, like when he just tossed that little boy. Just coldness. His acting though so far has been, like I said, phenomenal. Like when he like when he got shot, like when Sarah got shot, that just had flashbacks. That scene, like his acting in that scene, like holding her, it got me. And then, I'm not entirely sold still on the girl playing Ellie. I don't know if I like it yet or not. Because she's making Ellie in the show is more of a dick than the Ellie in the games was.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's just I just don't like. I'm not sold on her one because she has a big ass forehead. Like it's just a. I mean, granted, I can't talk that much. Well, that's what we do, buddy. One thing about us is we're gonna talk
You got a
shit.
forehead.
Yeah. Why'd you put on your hat?
Because my hair's crazy. That's why.
Cover your forehead too.
I don't have that big of a forehead. No, we're
All right.
devolving.
Goose knuckle. I don't know what that is, but you know it is what it is. I like the part where he yeeted Ellie, like when she ran in with a knife. He's like, "Get off of me!"
Yeah.
And like tossed her through the hallway. And I love the fact that he's doing things that I wish I could do in the game. Like when he got the soldier, he picked up the soldier's AR-15.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God. But what are your?
All right. So I had a few points I wanted to touch on. Obviously, the opening sequence was magic. The scene with him, Tommy, and Sarah was just one of those scenes that was just phenomenal. In the game, when I played it in the game, I cried when she died. And I felt the same exact emotion when the actor,
Oh, that almost got me.
when the character also passed.
As soon as I heard, like when Tommy shot the guy, and as soon as you heard I was like, oh, buddy.
Pedro, of course, knocked it out of the park, but I actually I was really a fan of Pedro when he got cast. Ellie, I'm on the fence about. I actually do think she's doing a great job this season. Well, this season.
Still this season.
But if we're going to be doing part 2 of The Last of Us, that's a different Ellie altogether. So hopefully she can form into that, because that's a hard ass Ellie. If you remember. She's been through some shit.
You know who I just thought about? The grown-up Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
What was the girl's name from fucking that did the Harry Potter movies? She played Hermione.
Oh, Emma Watson.
She just popped in my head.
I don't see it.
I'm not saying I see it.
The acting was strong. I'm not a fan of the way the virus infects. I'm going to say that one first, because it's more of something in their mouth, the fungus in their mouth.
Well, they still trains by getting bit.
I wanted to do with the spores, and you having to wear the gas mask. I like that part of it. I like that aspect of it.
You saw why they didn't add that though. Because realistically, you couldn't confine spores to a certain area like you do in the games.
I don't care. I want what I want. Ellie, her acting was top notch in the game, and I think the little scene she had, the opening title sequence. I am really big into opening title sequences for shows. I loved it. HBO was knocked out of the park. They did True Detective, Peacemaker. They know how to make opening sequences. Game of Thrones,
Sopranos.
House of the Dragon, which is Game of Thrones, like, such and such and such.
Sopranos.
But the opening sequence, yes, the opening sequence was magical to me. And the guitar riff they used, it puts you right instantly back to when I played the game, and it was like one of the times in my life where I was actually truly happy.
Damn, bro.
Pedro's acting.
Fun fact: I've only watched Tarasigas once. I skip it every other time.
Yeah, Pedro's acting was top notch. It really showed the cold and brutality of the world they live in, and I think that's what needed. Justin's gripe to me at one point was he couldn't grow a full beard, like Joel.
The Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the actors who played him, Tommy, Tess, everybody brought their A game. The world is just brutal, and it's dark and very sad. But the opening sequences, every kind of thing puts you into the game, it felt like. Especially if you're a big fan. And the changes aren't changes that are going to make or break you. They're changes that people make in things. And
We can talk about changes when he gets to episode 3. Because that's still one that's
we will
got
talk
me
about
back.
changes, but I didn't hate a lot of the changes. The only thing for me was just minor gripes. That's it. Nothing to really say, hey, I don't want to watch this show.
So far, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, so far it's phenomenal. All right.
What?
Just
You still on episode 1?
It's just episode 1, man. Pedro I don't know, man. It's like Pedro, I remember him from Game of Thrones, and this man deserves awards upon awards upon awards for the performance he's putting in. Because the man is making magic. He's a Chilean, but the way his accent, his tone, it makes everything just perfect.
So I can't wait for him to that line. I think it's in the second. No, it's in the first game. It's towards the end. Recently, you're walking on mighty thin ice.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right, episode 2.
Which is the name?
I'm getting there. How dare you rush me? Infected.
I would never rush you. Just kind of speed you along your way a little bit.
Infected. This was the second episode. We saw more of the journey with Joel, Tess, and Ellie when they first meet her. At the end of the episode, they found out she was bit, and she was trying to tell them she was immune. So, what did you think?
I thought it was good. I like the fact that like they mention their ages in the show, like when they're talking about climbing the stairs.
Yeah.
So like we're 50, like my knees.
Well, Pedro in this show is
56.
56 years old.
Which in the game he's not that far off.
No, in the game I think he's like 50 in the game.
I think it was 52 and then 56 in part 2. I think is what it was. But a lot of people were shocked because apparently on this new episode, like season 4, episode 4, he announces he's 56. But if you were paying attention, in the first episode he mentioned he was 36, and then they said 20 years later.
Yeah. So math
be mathing right there.
Yeah.
I liked the reverence that they showed for the clickers, and like when they saw the dead body in the museum, and like how like they were like made them seem like they're dangerous because in the game they'd be fucking you up.
Oh yeah. Don't ever try to go head first into a clicker.
And speaking of clickers, I think they look cool as fuck,
and
they sound just like the game. That they still get you every time. I like how they showed a little homage to the game by having them loot a little bit. I like that.
You were looting, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you'd be circling that room like 5-6 times, make sure you got everything. It's just I kind of envy the people who haven't played the games a little bit, just because they get to experience it for the first time, and I remember what that was like.
Yeah.
The world looks beautiful. No,
it does.
Yeah, the world's gorgeous. And I also like how they paid tribute to, because in the game, in the Capitol building, like the museum, is where you get the hunting rifle.
Yes.
What was that look for?
I was yawning.
Oh, in the game, like I said, the museum is where you get the hunting rifle. And in the scene when they look down and like they're all dead, like Tess and stuff there, you can see a hunting rifle clear as day, like laying in the middle of the floor. So it's like the little, even though he didn't pick it up, it was a little
nod.
Like a little nod to the thing. Man, it sucks that they didn't pick that gun up though, because that'd have been a little like, haha, we get it, you get it, you got this in the game, you get it here. I don't know how I feel about Tess' death scene. It was a little weird. The thing going in her mouth, like making out with her, was got me a little there. And at the time on my notes, I said that I can't wait to see Nick Offerman as Bill. And I don't know how I feel about Frank being alive, but we can get into all that.
Yeah.
On the next episode.
Not much to gripe with. Not much at all. Just the acting once again was top notch. It shows you how when you put actual effort into something, it comes out. Because video games notoriously have been horrible adaptations. Resident Evil movies included, because those are not good films. But the games are excellent. But it's just a pure standpoint of people that cared about this game and cared about what they want to do, like Ellie walking across the roof, with the boards. Many times you've done that where you had to put the boards across the thing, and it just makes you. And then the clicker scene. The clickers were just. It's like you're watching that and you're just like, oh, this is so fucking cool. Because the clickers looked, the game popped out to you, and we haven't even bridged. We haven't even seen Infected, really, besides those and a few other things. Besides that, like the opening sequence, but I feel like when we dive into it, it's going to be a masterclass and just like tension and just like on edge of your seat viewing.
You think they're going to show the Rat King?
Well, we got a while to go before we get there.
Yeah,
But that's going to be a marvel. I think Tess' death scene I didn't care for as much. Mind you, she died, sacrificed herself against Infected, but in the game, Fedra kills her. So it's completely different. But the kiss thing made no sense to me, and kind of, in a way, it just didn't match what I expected to see. You know, her getting torn apart or her getting shot. Or just sacrificing herself, I think.
that made
It was just a little strange.
Tess in the games was more badass. Because like in the games, like she killed like the Roberts men, she killed them.
Yeah.
In the game, they got her.
Oh, actually, episode 1, Marlena. The actress who played Marlena was the actress from the game and the
Marlene.
show. What'd I say?
Marlena.
Whatever. Tomato.
Not really, but
Marlene. We gonna do this on air?
the next episode's episode 4. The leader of the Hunters is the guy that played Tommy
No.
in the games.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna tell you because I've already read something where the leader of the Hunters is not a man.
Well, the guy that they be on the screens.
He's on it. The guy with the beard.
He's Tommy.
I know.
The main guy they keep. He looks badass though.
Yes, he does. But the actress who played Marlene in the games and in the show, she did an excellent job, of course. But you expected that. You know, I want to dive more into the Fireflies, and of course Tommy. We meet them, and he was a former Firefly. But so far, 4 stars
Out of
5. 4.5 for the first episode. 4 for this one. And then 2 hot dogs.
what?
I can't.
2 hot dogs.
4 bags of popcorn. That's an on cinema at cinema reference. Which,
I should have probably wore a hat too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was our little brief review of the first episodes, and these will get better as time goes on. This was just okay.
we're gonna post it, and we want comments,
Yes.
and then we want to see what you guys want us to review.
Yeah. So we're going to continue doing The Last of Us. But if there's any other TV shows or movies that you would like us to react to and talk about, we can do that.
We also will have a God of War Ragnarok review coming soon.
Oh, we will?
Might as well. We both played it.
Yeah, we did.
It's
Took
a
you-
7-part series.
Oh, no, it's not.
8-part series.
No, it's not.
9.
No, go down, bud. Fuck you. I want you to do a playthrough.
Because I ain't that good. Because when you do a playthrough, let me explain something to everybody. When you do a playthrough, you're expecting this person to do the playthrough to do everything. Berserkers, all that stuff. Nah, Daddy ain't about it. I fought one
Consider
berserker.
Daddy's right here. And I got it to 100%.
Yeah, cry me a river.
Unlocked every single...
Because he's a perfectionist.
I am.
You know, I play games on easy because I want to experience the game.
You're
not
just
because-
willingly throwing that out there?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn.
Well, it's funny because on God of War, it is called, like, Give Me a Story, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I like it.
So it's on easy, but how'd you deal with them berserkers?
Oh, man. I couldn't imagine those berserkers on hard or something like that because they're not cool. And then the one was like an easy one where he's like, bow down to my daddy.
Wait.
That's not what he said, but he said, daddy.
Yeah. But anyway, this has been...
Come to daddy.
We'll get better. Leave comments.
Nice comments.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We gotta say that.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We will get better. We'll get an extra camera because right now we're filming on my iPhone.
Android.
iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Android 17.5 too.
Okay. Anyway, and check out our One Thing About Us podcast.
Episodes released.
We have, I don't remember how many episodes we have. Because actually,
50.
I think it's more than that.
70.
I don't know.
Stay sexy.
Yes. I don't know who that was. We have. Yeah, I'm not counting all that. We have quite a few out. We will be coming back. Stay tuned to a video that we will be releasing to welcome our podcast back. And we're gonna have a lot of other announcements coming out. I'm gonna start streaming. Got that all taken care of with my buddy Eric. Me and Alex will be releasing these. Like I said, we'll be releasing these videos. We'll start trying to live record podcasts. Maybe there was some cooking shows, some shows where I attempt to teach them how to cook.
And some other nonsense in between.
So
we're also going to start going live on TikTok.
Yeah, eventually. We have to have 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Well, not live, but we'll start releasing.
Yeah, start posting TikToks, some TikTokies, some.
We kind of started this game last year, and now it's put up or shut up.
Yeah, this 2023 is our year. And then so you follow us on TikTok, One Thing About Us, Instagram, One Thing About Us, Twitter, One Thing About Us, Facebook, One Thing About Us. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify.
I don't know, man. And we also have another series coming out called 12 Things About Charles.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
All right. So
stay sexy.
And stay classy.